I was at the gas station near my house, and it was pretty expensive. It costed like $2.07 per liter, and I was like, there must be cheaper gas in my area, so I went on the Petrol Spy app, and I saw that Liberty Oxley had the gas for $1.55.5 per liter, and I was like, all right, that's a 6-minute drive from here, and I save 50 cents per liter, so I gotta get it. So I went over there and saved some money and paid $44 to fill up my gas tank, and I saved a lot of money, uh, probably like $10. And this reminds me about my university studies. We were learning about like substitutable products. So like with gas, it's the same thing, but and like that's that's kind of why price is so important to remain competitive, because it's the same product. People are always going to lean towards the company that has the competitive prices. But with a company like Apple, you see them you see that they're constantly increasing the prices, but people still buy from Apple, and they don't buy from like the cheapest phones like the Oppo or the Nokia or things like that, because they see Apple as good value for money and being differentiated, having the App Store, having the best camera, having Siri and things like that. And a good way for and there's also like complementary purchases. So far I've talked about substitutable products, differentiated products, but there's also like complementary products. So with complementary products, so with complementary products, a good example of this is like Doritos. Doritos expanded into the dip market. You know, they have Doritos branded dip, and this is something that complements the Doritos, that increases profitability for the company. You know, if sales of the Doritos are going really well, then obviously if they start making Doritos branded dip for their products, then the dip is also going to sell really well, because it's a complementary purchase with something that's selling really well. So I want to talk about how I'm going to be like the most competitive fuel provider in the market. So I'm going to make a car brand that runs on like hydrogen, which means water. The car is literally going to run off of water. And now I can be able to produce fuel for this car at a very low cost because it uses water. And so everyone's going to be like, oh, this car is really efficient. It uses water, which is in very high supply. So my customers, they're gonna all be buying my car and buying from my fuel suppliers because it's, even though the cars are really expensive, they see it as a valuable product because they're gonna save money on fuel by using hydrogen and water instead of gas. So I'm gonna become like a billionaire car manufacturer, and you're gonna be perceived as like having low economic status if you don't have my car. That's the future of cars that doesn't release carbon emissions. You get to save money on gas. And it's like the kind of stylish car that can give you like this high sense of having received value. So last night I was reading the book that I just finished, The Diamonds of Despair, and I think this has the makings of a best-selling book. So in the end of the book, Triss's jewelry business becomes really big and it makes a lot of money, and she starts to feel like dissatisfied in her relationship because she's making way more money than her boyfriend is making, and she feels like she doesn't need him anymore. But once Triss has everything, she feels empty inside, and her friend Anna sees this, and she tells Triss to go back to her boyfriend and ask for him back. And she says she doesn't need him anymore, but Anna convinces her to go to Tristan, and at first it seems like things are over between them because Tristan already gave Tris a chance, and she chose her business over their relationship. But in the end, Tristan sees that Tris has changed, and so they get back together, and that's how the story ends. And the reason that I made Tris like break things off with Tristan is because of these things I hear on the internet about how like when a man makes money, he wants to give the girl the world, but when the girl makes money, she feels like she doesn't need the man anymore. And I felt like I could use this to create conflict in the book where the girl makes a lot of money and now she feels like she doesn't need the man anymore. And but in the end, she realizes that the money wasn't really going to make her happy in the long run. It was their relationship and their love for each other. So I just read the whole book in one reading, and it was like I think it was like a 2-hour read. So like it's a lot of work to be making a big book because I worked really hard on that book, and it was only like a 2-hour read, which I guess 2 hours is pretty long, but like these other books I read is like it takes longer than 2 hours to finish like one of main these mainstream books. So I think it's fine that my books are shorter because now I get to pump out a lot of variety instead of making like one book that feels drawn out and stuff like that. So like I literally have no responsibilities this week. I don't have a job, and Miriam, my consultant, uh, says that I should be volunteering at my dad's business, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But I guess like what I could at least do is create a strategy for the business that would lead it to success. Okay, so one thing that I know makes the real estate business successful is like having connections with these people that are like rich and they invest in they buy houses for the investment, you know. The houses cost money, but they can get these real estate agents to take care of all the marketing for the house and get it to good buyers, you know. So we need to we need to go to these big networking events with these and meet some home investors, and we need to give them like a history of the company and how we got some we made some home investors really satisfied finding the best people for the best buyers for their houses, and we could find like the best home investor. He's like this billionaire, you know, and he has vision, you know. He buys like he invests in like the most valuable products, valuable houses. And he's looking for like a really trustworthy guy to find some buyers for him. And with our customer base in Brisbane, we could find the best buyer for him. Uh, uh, yeah, so we could put some like some filthy rich buyers. We could put some filthy rich buyers in their houses, and because we took care of all the marketing and all the research, we're gonna get super paid putting 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 buyers in all these houses and get fat paid. Well, if only it was that simple to turn this company around and make it this big international success. But like, even if it was easy to turn a business into $1 billion success, let's just say that it was easy to turn a business into $1 billion success. What do you do? What do you do with the money once you've made $1 billion? Do you just retire with $1 billion? I watched some videos, and I watched this video. It was about like spend $1 billion or lose it all. So it was like this. It was like this contest, you know. You need to spend $1 billion in one day, or lose it all, and it's kind of addressing this issue, you know, where it's like it's there's nothing you can spend with $1 billion. That's gonna make you happy, but anyway. They say that the first thing that you should buy is a private island, and I think that this is a good idea. Like, cause like, what's the drawbacks of living in the suburbs? You gotta conform to these laws, these very restrictive laws. But if you had your private island, you wouldn't have to live by any of these laws. And also, you have a lot of privacy. So, what they say that you should do with $1 billion, you buy a private island, you hire a team to build a mansion, and you hire a team to build a supermarket. Next to your mansion, and then you build an airport so you can basically go wherever you want. Build an airport and go wherever you want in the world from your private island. And you're also going to be wanting to spend some of that money on engagement ring to the woman you want to marry. But so I guess you'd want the woman that you want to marry, you'd want her to go with you to this private island, and I guess spend the rest of your lives together on this private island. It's really everything you need. You got a mansion, you got a supermarket right next to your mansion, and you got an airport right next to your mansion where you can go anywhere. And so this will be pretty perfect place to get married and start your family. And maybe you don't need a private island, but if you had $1 billion, then it's something worth looking into. Because, like, think about it. Anything that you build in this world, it can be taken away from you. So, like, even at home, you're buying all this stuff for your home that can be that can be taken away from you. We got criminals, we got thieves, and like yeah, we got like killers, rapists, thieves. We got all of that in our suburb. And if you had a private island, you wouldn't have to worry about any of that. So in the long term, having a private island where you could have complete safety, security, away from all this crime, like literally the only people that could come to your island is like people that you approve of. So you never get killed, you never get raped, and you never get your stuff stolen. Yeah, I'm this billionaire. I have a private island in the Caribbean, and I got like this 20 bedroom 20 bedroom mansion, and I got like a team of housekeeping staff in my mansion. I got housekeeping, catering, you know, butlers, and I'm getting some tourism to my private island. We call it Kenny Island. And staying at my mansion is like it's like $2,000 a night to stay at my mansion. Because like what's better than staying with me in my mansion? And it's really a different product because you get like this freeing feeling not being in this congested urban area. It's like very natural. Mm. Oh yeah, we got like luxury shopping mall at the private island. So yeah, we got like people staying at the mansion and staying at Kenny's private island resort and doing some luxury retail shopping, buying Kensachi and Ken Gucci and Ken Prada. It's just my name in front of all the luxury brands because I bought all of those brands. I literally bought them. I paid like $500,000 to buy Gucci, Prada, Versace, and now I'm selling all these brands at in my private island and becoming even more wealthy. And oh, Lamborghini. I bought Lamborghini. now I got a shop on my private island, and I get all the money from sales on these Lamborghinis because I bought it. And I got people working for me at the Lamborghini shop. And they do all the work, bro. But I get all the money because I'm the owner of Lamborghini. Oh, and you know, Apple, the electronics company, yeah, I bought it. I bought Apple. Now, every time someone buys an Apple iPhone on my private island, I get all the money from that. And I don't even do any work. I just got like these service workers, you know. They're working for me for minimum wage. And they're just working their rumps off for minimum wage. But they're happy because they're serving me. So I get all the money from luxury retail. I get all the money from selling luxury cars. I get all the money from selling these rooms for $2,000 a night. And I'm building up my wealth because I'm trying to become this, I'm trying to become like president of this private island. And the taxes go to this team of yeah, we got a government. We got a government on my private island, and these taxes go to the government so they can build roads, maintain parks, build bridges, and also I own like this cruise line. You know, we got all this tourism in my private island, and I get paid. We got like this cruise package that costs like $10,000. So the moral of this video is to chase all your dreams of being a big stunner, and that's all I got for the video. Goodbye.